Mr. Derek Chisora. How are you?
What is this? What channel is this?
This is on every channel you can dream of, apart from yours.
Is it Riyadh season?
Riyadh season, TNT, Sky. All
You're going to try and sell a message to Turkey, aren't you?
No. I think you guys are running on a low budget because your TV is not 3D. Because we're running on a small, low budget right now. You know, on the other side, I could see my teeth. Here, they look like they're dirty, but they're not. I'm wondering who's running
That's a rental. That's a rental.
Yeah, you're running. You'll give us some cheap stuff, but it's okay.
Derek, you look great. I've actually got a bone to pick with you.
What is it?
Ahead of your last fight in the UK, I was doing all these press conferences. I was saying it's his last one in the UK, make sure you come. And then at the post-fight presser, you said, yeah, we'll be coming back to London. What's going on?
Deception. You know what deception is? You tell people what they want to hear, but at the same time, they're doing what you want them to do. So life is about deception. But good deception is good. Because I said the last dance, Manchester was beautiful, and when I felt Manchester so beautiful, I could hear the London crowd say, you know what, we're missing out, we want one more. So I decided to take it to London, but I want Tottenham Football Stadium.
Okay.
So I wanted to come to London. I wanted to be big. It would be a big celebration. Remember that. So that's what we're gonna aim for. A big celebration. What day yet? We don't know yet. Who we're gonna fight yet? We don't know yet. Out of the 3 I put up on in the on the post in the ring. But we don't know. But we'll see.
Can I suggest an opponent for you? I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and what about Wilder? He wants to keep fighting, Derek. He's a massive name. What about Wilder? On current form, you would be the favourite in that fight.
Yeah, but you know, I don't want an easy fight. I want a hard fight. I want to wake up in the morning and train. When you fight easy fights, you don't train. There's no fear factor. I want a harder fight. I want to wake up in the morning and train and do what I need to do. I don't want to cheat. My numbers, I want them to get bigger. So I want a harder fight.
Well, let's bring in a man who probably knows a thing or two about putting on big fights. Derek wants another big one, Frank.
He's going to get another big one, the big 5-0. That's what it's all about, wasn't it?
That is it.
And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to deliver the big 5-0 for him.
Absolutely can't wait for it. I mean, I picked a bit of a bone with him because I was doing all these press conferences about his last fight in the UK. It wasn't, was it?
Well, you weren't telling the truth again.
No one told me.
It'll be a big one. We're working on something. We're going to sit down in the next couple of weeks and we're going to get it over the line. Everyone's going to love it.
Fantastic stuff. Can't wait for that. Listen, this fight that's emerged at 24 hours notice, Bacoli Parker. What are you thinking on this, Derek?
As I said, if you get a phone call from the Kingdom of Saudi, it don't matter if you're retired for 10 years. If the numbers are the right numbers on the checkbook, even Johnny will come out of retirement. It don't matter who you are. You're gonna get on the plane from Hong Kong or Australia. You're gonna get here and you're gonna give you all your best. You know, instead of missing one cutout because somebody didn't train. Martin Bacoli is a warrior, and I have enough respect to my brother for taking this big step up. You know, he hasn't trained for a while. We have to understand that. He's gonna be overweight, but I believe round 1, 2, 3 gonna be hard for him, and then afterwards he's gonna get into the groove, and he's gonna knock Joseph Parker around.
It all happened pretty quick yesterday, Frank, didn't it? Things were turned around very rapidly.
You know, Daniel weren't feeling good. He was given some medication and told to wait overnight, and he didn't feel any better. And the border control doctor see him and immediately said he can't fight. He was absolutely gutted. So much so he even said, why did we call the doctor? But you know, this is boxing. This is the highest level. You can't give guys going into fights, at this significant fights like this, if they're not right. Can't do it, because you don't get another option. How many times have we spoke to fighters after fights say, oh, I went into that fight with a bad hand or my leg hurt? It's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant. So many times.
You can't. It means nothing to me. That I want to know before. Live to fight another day. That's the most important thing. And what's happened with him now with Daniel? He'll go away, get himself fit, and he'll be out again in 3 months' time, and we'll work out who that's going to be. And in the meantime, we've got to fight a very, very, very competitive and intriguing fight tomorrow. See, I'm not a big believer yet of Bacoli, because I look at his resume, I look at his record, and there's nothing that sticks out except for Gerald Anderson.
Anderson, yeah.
And Gerald Anderson, I've got to be honest, I was never a big fan of anyway, and maybe he took the fight too soon. So we're going to see what he's about now, because he's in with a former world champion who's on a good roll and is in great condition. Although he's not trained for him, but he's in great nick and great condition. And I think that Joe Parker will come through this fight.
What about the warrior in Joe Parker here, that he didn't care who he was going to fight, he was just ready to go?
We had a list of fighters we talked about, and that's the one he asked for, which I was a bit surprised, to be quite honest. But then I sort of stood back and I thought, hang on a minute, I'm getting carried away with, I want to see this guy do it now. I want to see, because how many people in the boxing, have really seen much of Bakole?
None.
So let's see what he's about now. The monster, the so-called avoided fighter, well, he's not being avoided by Joe Parker. Joe Parker wants to get in and beat his ass, and that's where we're at now. We've got a great fight on paper, which I think will translate into a really, really quality event.
Listen, Frank, another great fight on paper. Alexander Usyk has said to Ring Magazine this afternoon he wants to fight Daniel Dubois. What are your thoughts?
Done.
Okay.
Done.
Great news, Alexander Usyk. This fight is done.
Where are you, Alex? Tell me where he is. I'll go and take the contract
listen,
there now.
You're going to see him.
Yeah.
Derek, you've seen Daniel get better. You've seen his rise.
Yes.
Daniel against Usyk. Got a good chance. What do you think?
He's got a good chance because now he's doing the right things. Do you understand? I mean, like when he boxed Baby Miller, people wrote him off. And in that corner in the last couple of rounds, he nearly quit. And then we egged him on, he came out. He boxed Hugovic, people wrote him off. He came out. He went with AJ, people wrote him off. I wrote him off with AJ, big time. Prove me wrong, he was on point. So I think Daniel, Triple D, everybody should be scared of him right now. Because he's not playing.
If those two fight each other, given the three names you gave us in the ring the other night, that leaves you with Joshua, doesn't it?
For now, we don't know. Yeah, listen, we'll see.
That was like a checkmate there.
We'll see. But you know what? All I'm saying is I just want to entertain the British public. Gonna give them a number big 50, a big one. And I don't know what Frank's got, but he hasn't told me yet. But I'll find out after this big weekend anyway.
Brilliant stuff. A final word on the main event, Beterbiev Bivol. What a fight, Frank.
Well, look, it's a great fight the first time round, especially for me, as a neutral, sitting there, be able to watch it in comfort and not sort of have it be invested in any of the boxers, invested in boxing in watching it. It's a fabulous fight, and I genuinely feel that they know each other really well, but I feel the first round will be the 13th round of the last fight. Because if I was Beterbiev, it's a bit like when Tyson had the first fight against Wilder. The second fight, he did what was necessary and took, having what he learnt in that fight, took it straight into round one. And if he can do that, then he can. I think he could be in a position where he may even stop him.